Shabbat Shalom. So last week we looked at loving Yahuwah with all our heart, all our mind, all our soul, and all our might. And we would have examined the Torah and the New Testament to see how is it that one loves Yahuwah. And we would have found that it is not by words such as I love you that one expresses their love for the Creator, but in deed, in action, and in obedience to His commands. Right? And it is important for us to note also that the scripture only encourages us to love one person with all our heart, all our mind, all our soul, all our being, all our might. Only one person. So when you meet that young lady for the first time and you tell her you love her with all of your heart, you never tell anybody that before. Good for you. I've said it many times. Lie like sure. You tell her you love her from the bottom of your heart to the depths of your soul. And if you ask him which part of his soul, them can't tell you. But him love her from the depths of his soul. So important for us to note, you are only commanded to love one single entity, one single person, one single being with all your heart and all your soul. So that means one person you're supposed to be a Yamed for. You know Yamed? Ever hear the term Yamed? Yamed is somebody who loves till them fool. They do anything for the person they love. We are only commanded to be a Yamed for one person. And that person goes by the name of Yahuwah, the Creator. Yahuwah, the Creator. Not even yourself you must love as a Yamed, because even yourself will betray you. Anybody ever look back on things that you did and you wonder, how did I do this? And you feel so shame in yourself. Yourself betray you. Yourself betray you. So the only person that gets what we call unconditional love is Yahuwah. Is the only person. And I don't believe in unconditional love, but that is our understanding. Our love is conditional because Yahuwah don't love you when you don't keep Him commandments. And we saw that last week. So Yahuwah don't have unconditional love. There's no such thing as unconditional love. Everybody loves on condition. The woman going to love you on condition that you provide, that you have money, that you can satisfy your desires. It's the same for men. Men loves on condition that you respect him, that you cook him food, you ensure he's okay. So unconditional love doesn't exist. Anyways, today we are going to be looking at love your neighbor as yourself. So you love your neighbor not with all your heart, not with all your mind, not with all your soul, not with all your might, but as you love yourself. As you love yourself. So not even yourself you're not supposed to love with all your might, all your heart, all your soul. Slide is not changing. So we're going to begin with the apostolic teachings. The apostles, and work back way, like last week. Work in reverse. We begin in Romans 13. Paul. Verse 8. Owe no one any matter except to what? Love one another. For he who loves another as what? What has he done? Fill what? The Torah. The laws, the commands of Yahuwah. So Paul is saying, if you love another, then you have what? You have completed, you have kept, you have guarded the commands. That's all. Is Paul correct? Well, you just jump and say, yes, sir. What metric you have to say that Paul is correct? Eh? Where Paul get this from? Where Paul get this teaching from? Paul get this teaching from the Torah? You can find in the Torah where it says, if you love another, you have completed me, the Torah. You find that in the Torah? You can't find that in the Torah. So where Paul get this teaching from? From himself. You soon find out where Paul get that teaching. And look now, Paul continues. What is Paul dealing with? Loving one another, don't it? That is love between brothers and sisters. Sister, what you call it now? Sisters. Brothers and sisters, brethren and sisters. That's all. Your fellow man. So Paul is addressing love. And he said, anybody who loves another has completed. They have fulfilled the Torah. They have perfected the Torah. And look how Paul continues to explain now. Oh, you love, because it's not just get up and say, I love you, Brother Morgan. I love you, Brother Brady. I don't want anybody telling me that they love me. Past them stage, you know. Actions me work with it. And when your actions show me say you love me, then you don't need to tell me say you love me, because me know say you love me. And we need to get to that place as a people where the words don't work, especially our young ladies. So the young men don't come and just say, I love you. And she laugh and gone. From the bottom of my heart to the depths of the soul. So Paul is going to show us now how you display love, because remember Paul said when you love you complete the Torah. And the Torah have some instructions in righteous living. For this, Paul start quote Torah now. You shall not commit adultery. What is adultery? Taking another man's wife. And that another man is considered your brother. Your neighbor. No, sir? So don't take a next man's wife. That is how you love. That is how you prove to a man that you love him. That is how you prove to your brother that you love him. You don't. When him gone, you go and knock on him window and psst over him yard. You must be the one who watch the woman to tell the man, say, boss, me see one man coming today. You can't be Joe Grind, you must be the informer and Joe Grind. So you do not commit adultery. You don't murder. You don't murder the brother. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness. Some people think the bearing false witness is lying. Lying is just a small thing in command to bearing false witness, you know. Bearing false witness means that you don't go up to the elders and tell the elders that you did see him round there, sir, when you never see him. Don't bear false witness. Don't go to court as a witness and go tell lie on the stand. And you weren't there. Don't give an incorrect account, a false account. And you shall not covet. Don't covet. What does covet mean? Envy, jealousy, bad mind, ready eye, licky, grudgeful. Don't see people things and want it. Do not covet your neighbor's possessions. And watch this now, Paul continues. And if there is any other command, it is summed up in this word: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Where Paul get that from? Can we know that? When you know which part at the end of the Torah? As yourself. It's in the Torah? Which is the Torah, no sir? Which part in there? Now commandment. Alright, we're going to go to the commandments and we'll see if we find it there. Love does no evil to a neighbor. So you realize Paul is explaining to you now what is love. You can't be coming and say, Brother Damani, Mashah, I love you. But as me turn me back, you slander me. Paul said love does. You realize does is all kind of word. Action word. No, so action. Love does no evil to a neighbor. Therefore, look at Paul's conclusion. Love is completion of the Torah. Remember last week we come to the conclusion, the reason why you can't keep all of the laws is because you don't love Yahweh with all of your heart. So Paul not wrong when he said love is the completion of the Torah, don't it? Because when you love somebody, you're fool. You do anything for them. Love is the completion of the Torah. So it's a good start. Paul not sound so bad, don't it? And then we're going to go forward and we're going to see if the apostles they taught from Torah or them come up with a new thing in the new dispensation. 1 John 4. Beloved ones, let us do what? Love one another. This is John, the apostle now. Not the Baptist. The apostle John, Yahukanan. And Yahukanan is saying the same thing that Paul said. So it sounds like them get the teaching from the same source, don't it? Love one another. Because love is of Elohim, and everyone who loves has been born of Elohim and knows Elohim. The one who does not love does not know Elohim, for Elohim is what? Love. In the beginning was the Word was with Elohim, and the Word was Elohim. And if the Word is love, then Elohim is. Because if A equal B and B equal C, then A also equals C. No, so A is the Word, B is Elohim, and C is the Torah. Yeah. If A equal B and B equal C, then the whole of them are the same thing. Everybody are one. Everybody is the same thing. The one who does not love does not know Elohim, for Elohim is love. If someone says in verse 20 now, I love Elohim, and hates his brother, he is a liar. For the one not loving his brother whom he has seen, how is he able to love Elohim whom he has not seen? Mighty. Good argument. Good argument. Enough man me see in my days, When we are do free nights, Man meet girl on free nights, girl come from country, Westmoreland, far place. Like girl. Girl sound nice on phone, Nice voice. This voice nice. It must be a pretty girl. Some man call her digital and get a nice agent and look at her. Pretty girl, must be a pretty girl. Strike up relationship. Never see yet, God, now them days the phone have camera. Never see yet. Relationship far advanced. Man decide then go and meet now. And girl say, I'm standing up at LOJ shopping center in a yellow blouse and a blue jeans. And my ear twist up. A man go and man catch right at the corner right there, so. And prips. And see. Man just come back at Della. Delete number. You love what you never see, so you end up in a problem. You have to love what you see first before you can love what you never see. So if you hate your brother, you can't love Elohim because you never see him yet. If you hate your brother because him too black, because him foot them short, because him sleep and snore, how you going to love Elohim and you don't know film condition? Never see him yet. You don't know if him tall, short, fat, whatever the case may be. Perfect. Alright, so good argument from John, and he continues. And we have this command from him that the one loving Elohim should love his brother too. So there is no if or maybe or either or either. Is it two of them together or none? Don't it? Is both together or none? You love the neighbor, you love Elohim. You love Elohim, you love the neighbor. If you don't love Elohim, you don't love the neighbor. And if you don't love the neighbor, you don't love Elohim. A equal B, B equals C. Everybody is the same thing. 1 John 3. Everyone hating his brother, verse 15, is a murderer. And you know that no murderer has everlasting life staying in him. By this we have known love, because he laid down his life for us. And we ought to lay down our lives for the brothers. And I saw this. I say, this sound like the loving Elohim with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul. This sounds contradicting because if you're going dead for somebody, that means that you love them till you're full. You love them with all your heart, your mind, your soul, and everything. Something not right with this to me. So I went searching. You see the lay down life? When you say he laid down his life for us, the word laid, the Greek word for laid, means establish, to set up, to appoint. So in other words, the man set him life to serve others, to serve us, to serve his neighbor, to serve his brother. That was his whole existence. When he's saying lay down in life, you ever hear a man say, me dedicate my whole life to this. That is what this is saying. Not that you're supposed to go dead for me. What purpose is it for you to die for me? Why would Rush go and die for me and Rush have his own family, me have my own family? What sense it makes? It makes no sense. So they are not asking me to go and die for Morgan, or to go and die for Brady, or vice versa. It is saying everybody should live for their neighbors. Live for others, not for yourself. Simply. Understood? Good, we can move on. Verse 17. But whoever has this world's goods, possessions, food, property, money, and sees his brother in need, brother no clothes, brother hungry, brother no live nowhere, and shuts up his tender affections from him, how does the love of Elohim stay in him? Because again, the love is an action thing. So we have to get this abstract concept of love out of our head. Because love is action. Man like Ayub, can claim to have loved his neighbor as himself, because when him say, nobody no pass my place naked and leave naked. Nobody pass hungry and leave hungry. That means him take care of people. Actions. You ever see some couple outside, when they are about in the world, live so loving, as we would say, loving, because them up in each other's face, and the wife a bust the bump in the husband's face, and them feed each other at the dinner table, and when them go home, give her some lick. But to you, he loves her. There's no love there. My little children, let us not love in word or in tongue. Can't work. No tell me say you love me. I don't want it. No tell me say you love me. Do not love in word or in tongue. Mouth cut sideways and make for talk. But in deed and in truth. Because man cannot do the deed, you know. But the motive behind the deed not right either. So the deed must be done with honesty and sincerity and integrity. You must be doing it for the right reason. Because man will give, but he's giving to avoid tax. Man will help, because he see other people are watch. Hebrews 13. Let brotherly love continue. It must continue among us. Look at the brotherly love now that the author of Hebrews is talking about. Brotherly love. The brotherly love is not when we come and let us greet somebody in Yahushua's name. Let us tell them that you and you smile. Jesus love. No. Look at the brotherly love. Do not forget to receive strangers, for by so doing some have unwittingly entertained angels. So you have to receive stranger. That is one way how you show love. Receive stranger, because the fact that the person is a stranger, what the Bible calls stranger, you know, the Hebrew word for stranger is ger. It's a person who not come from Boya. It's an alien, as we would say. Man come from America, in Jamaica, him not have nowhere to stay. And like one time, where before you make a trip, you book out your Airbnb and you book your rental. When you drop at airport back in them days, the airport, city gate, at airport. When you drop at airport, nobody know you. No Uber no there call. You have to walk through city gate and find your way. So you have to receive stranger hospitality, show them the ropes, give them a place to lay them head, help them find them footing in the place. Receiving strangers is one way to show love. You have to remember the prisoners as if you were chained with them, and the reason why he is speaking of prisoners here is because in this time, Israel was not in their own land. And they were under, we call it again now, Roman rule. And so, when the Romans catch them, imprison them. But in Israel, you never have no prison. You have cities of refuge, but no prison. Because man free in a city and he can leave, but if he left and then catch him and kill him, they're on his own. So we never had any prisons back in olden days, in the Old Testament. But in the Hebrews' time, when this author was writing, there were prisons because they were chaining up the people and locking them up. So it said, when your brother become a prisoner by your captors, remember him. Sneak go around at the cell and give him a piece of bread. Make sure I'm all right. Visit him. The next thing, remember those who are being mistreated. Stand up and speak up. Let marriage be respected by all. Don't go into people's marriage. Leave people things alone. Left the people and man. Left the people and woman. And let your way of life be without the love of silver. Because why? You see, the love of money is the root of all evil. Not money, you know. The love of it. Because when a man love money and him start to chase that, nothing else in this world matters. Not even himself, him no business with him. Run himself to a wreck chasing this money. Not even himself. You don't care about nobody else. And persons who chase money usually step on a lot of people to get to the money. So in the process, you are mistreating your brother. So let your life, your culture, the way how you operate, your modus operandi, be without the love of silver. 1 Corinthians 16:14. Let everything that you do be done in what? Love. So love is a doing thing. Let everything you do, not saying or feeling. Everything you do is an action thing. Let it be done in love. Yahushua's teaching now. Show you where Paul get him teaching from. Matthew 19:16-21. And see, one came and said to him, Good teacher. Watch it now. Look what him asked. He said, Good teacher. What? What good? What? What good shall I do to have everlasting life? So it's something you have to do to get everlasting life, don't it? Unlike what the Christians would tell you that grace come and you don't have to do nothing. All you have to do is believe. And Yahushua said to him, Why do you call me good? No one is good except one, which is Elohim. But if you wish to enter life, what must you do? Guard the commands, the Torah. And he said to him, Which of the commands? The man said, You have to more guard commands. Last time I checked 613, as we heard them say. Which one? The man said, I can't have 613 because I can't do that. So tell me the one specific one I'm supposed to guard. Yahushua said to him, say, as Yahushua realized, that this person don't have no intention to keep the whole law. This person want 5 commands. We're nice to him. Probably would have take the one where say don't steal. Probably him no want the adultery one because him love people. What woman? Him just want 5 for convenient. And because him not have the stomach for murder nobody, he will work with the do not murder one. And couple other more. So Yahusha can't him now. Yahusha said, Alright, you ask which one? Because remember, we're talking about eternal life. Man say, You shall not murder, that is 1. You shall not commit adultery, that is 2. You shall not steal, not the same thing that we hear Paul did talk last time. You shall not bear false witness. Respect mother and father, and you shall Love your neighbor as yourself. Watch the young man now. The young man said to him, all these I have watched over from my youth. What do I still lack? Him say, me have them a lack. Me have them a lack, man. Tell me what? Tell me something what me not do. Yahusha say, all right. If you wish to be perfect, since as you say you do all of them, make we check it. If you wish to be perfect, here's what you're going to do. Because remember, I know, this is a man who is rich, have him things. Yahusha said to him, sell what you have and give to the poor. That sound good, don't? I know sound so good. All right, you tell me a while ago now, so the Torah said, we must love our neighbor as ourselves. Would you want a rich man to sell everything he have and give to you? Yes or no? You don't want it? Could I give you half? All right. So the fact say you don't want a rich man to do that, then if you are a rich man and the Torah say you must love your neighbor as yourself, then you're supposed to can do it too. Don't it? Good. The man says, sell everything you have, give to the poor, and you shall have treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. And when the young man heard the word, he went away sad. Why? Because he had many possessions. The man said, I can't sell all of this. You're crazy. The man said, you're crazy. Man said, what? You must be kidding me. And this is what we spoke of. The love of money. Kana Yahusha kana him in a virgin. Kana him in a. And Yahusha said to his disciples, truly I say to you, it is hard for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say to you, it is easier for a camel with him big hunchback and him big nose and him big face to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Is it that rich man impossible for them enter the kingdom? No. But it is significantly hard. Why? Because the rich is encapsulated, is engrossed in his riches, in his pursuit of maintaining these riches, that he will never achieve perfection with the Torah. Because he loves something else with all his heart, all his mind, and all his soul. And it should be the Creator. And somebody going to jump up and say, what about Abraham? We're going to conclude with him, don't worry yourself. Because we know that Abraham was rich. As they would say, he had many. Right. Matthew 22. 34. But the Pharisees, having heard that he had silenced the Sadducees, so him silence one group and the next one run come. They were gathered together. One of them, one who was learned in the Torah, did question, trying him and saying, Teacher, which is the great command in the Torah? Because you have a set of laws, 613 they say. Man want to know the greatest of the laws. Not a bad question, eh? The greatest one, at the very least I want to be keeping the greatest one. Yahusha going to corner them again. Because they keep trying to corner him, you know. But he is the master, grand master. So he corner them all the while. Yahusha said to him, you shall love Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul. This is the first and great command. This is the greatest one. And the second is like it. So you have two great ones. One bigger than the other. The biggest one, love Yahweh with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, everything. And the second is like it. And what the second one say? Love your neighbor as yourself. And I challenge anybody in here to go and read the 613 laws and see if you can pin each one under one of these umbrellas. Yahusha basically said to him, say, keep the whole book. Keep every last one. Because that is how you will prove that you love Yahweh with all your heart, That is how you're going to prove that you love your neighbor as yourself. See him say it here? So when me ask you a while ago, where Paul get that from? Where Paul say you have completed the Torah. See where Paul get it here from? On these two commands hang the entire Torah and the prophets. So them two commands, they are the hinges. If you pull off that, the door drop. I hit all up the door. You can't go around it. John 13:34. A renewed command I give to you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that you also love one another. Love, Yahusha teaching the same thing. This is where man like Paul, man like John, the author of Hebrews, this is where they got the information from, the teaching from. By this shall all know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another. John 15:10. If you guard my commands, you shall stay in my love, even as I have guarded my Father's commands and stay in his love. So how Yahusha prove to his Father that him love him? He keep the command. He was obedient to his Father. There's no other way. Him not go down upon him and say, oh daddy, I love you so much. And hear these praises from a grateful heart. Each time I think of you, the praises start. Yahweh sit down and say, watch it liar. Everything we sing, Yahweh say, watch it liar. I surrender all to you, Yahweh. They say, lie! The thunder roll. If lightning supposed to strike every time we sing under something, every one of we get strike. Because it's not words, it's not songs, it's not feelings and emotions and talking in tongues. It's action. You have to get it. These words I have spoken, verse 11, to you, so that my joy might be in you and that your joy might be complete. This is my command. Love one another the same way I have loved you. No one has greater love than this, that one should lay down his life for his friends. And we explained the laying down of life already. Right? Live your life for others. Good. Now to the Torah. Because, as it tells us, that when Yahusha and Paul said, love your neighbor as yourself, it comes from the Torah. And he was right. He just don't know which book to tell you. So we're going to find it now. Let us go to Leviticus 19, verse 9. Watch it now. Show you how you love your neighbor. When a man have a harvest, the Bible says, when you have a piece of land and you plant up your heap of tomato, you plant up your heap of what you call it now, corn, callaloo, cabbage, pak chow, everything, land full up, land flourishing. Yahweh said when the thing them start to bear and you go to reap from your land, you see the border where the fence there? Left it. Leave it alone. Don't reap it. All if one fat, ripe mango there, left it alone. Leave it alone. If it's not your land, when you see the mango, you don't want it, don't. Or if it's your land, when you see it, you want it, don't. So it means that your neighbor wants it too. Love your neighbor as yourself. Precisely. And that is the problem. That is the problem. So do not completely reap the corners of your field or gather the gleanings of your harvest. Do not glean your vineyard or gather every grape of your vineyard. Leave them for the poor and the stranger. The little madman who going past. The little homeless man who going past. And when you see him, pick it. No fire shot off him. Don't go for your cutlass and run him down. Go out there and ask him if he want a couple more from inside. So the Torah is teaching us how to love, you know. Look another way how you love. Do not steal. Do not lie. Do not deceive one another. So the woman, when you're single, left the makeup, don't deceive the man them. No trouble the makeup. The Torah say, you know, love your neighbor as yourself when you have on the makeup and deceive him. And a lot of us will run some serious deception in a brethren. And we plan the deception, you know. Run some serious deception, man, on each other. And we plan the deception. Deceive you that think we are Satan pitting to how we skill at deceiving one another. You that think we learn directly from Satan. We have to stop it. Do not deceive one another. Do not lie. Do not steal. That's why when Adaiah asked Miriam, Miriam, you saw it? Miriam said, minute. Because she knows she's not supposed to lie. Adaiah corner. Do not oppress your neighbor or rob him. Don't steal. Don't oppress him. The wages of him who is hired is not to remain with you all night until morning. You give the man a work, and you tell the man, say, you're going to pay him 7,500 come Friday. The Torah says when Friday come, make certain before his son dip, the man have him money in him hand and go home because him have family too. Him hungry too. Make certain. Do not curse the deaf. Yahweh said don't curse the deaf. What does that mean? What that mean? No mock the people them how you go curse somebody with deaf and then can't hear. Don't mock them. Don't put a stumbling block in front of the blind. If there's a blind among us, you can't have stumbling block. People here with wheelchair, you have to have ramp. And can move around. You can't know, so the blind man pass through the place. And you know exactly where he walk because he's not changing route. So you have to make certain, if it possibly even pave it, make sure no stone, no there, nothing at all. So when mass blinds are go through him good. And everybody leading him on, ensuring he's good. Don't put a stumbling block before the blind. The Torah is such a good book, I don't know how Christianity tell people to throw away this thing here. Look how the laws them so beautiful. He continues verse 15. Do no unrighteousness in right ruling. What is right ruling? Justice. When time comes to split, justice. I have a child, you have a child. Both child in argument. Split justice properly. Don't favor your own child. If your child is wrong, your child is wrong. You carry him one side, you scold him. He's wrong. And if somebody else's child is wrong, then that child is wrong. Be able to split justice. We can't be Yahweh's children and we don't know how to split justice. You have to do like Solomon, brethren. Two men come and fight for a baby saying that the baby is theirs. And Solomon in his wisdom, Solomon say, all right, since as we now reach 2025 and 2026 with the DNA, 876 DNA, and me no know for picking because me named it when him a born. Solomon say, here we go on. Cut it in two and give one half and give the other half. The rightful mother said, no bother, Gary Pitney making go on. Solomon said, give that lady the child because she is the rightful mother. She don't want the child to die. She rather somebody else have it than it dies. We have to learn to split justice as Yahweh's people, brethren. What is right and what is wrong, and we don't conflate the two. No partiality. See there, do not be partial to the poor or favor the face of the great. So you have a poor man here and you have a rich man come sit here. And you come in with water. You carry the water, come give the rich man. And the rich man have how much water in him yard. And the rich man, if you carry the water, come give it, brethren. You know, so we don't have no sense. And the rich man, if you carry the water, come give all away. We would have run and kill ourselves to give the rich man the water. Do not go slandering among your people. You know, if you love carry news. When I was a child, me always hear my granny say, I know everything good for eat, good for talk. And I never understood it till me turn man. Come say me never eat it. I talk, me talk. You say, I know everything good for eat, good for talk. You chat too much, keep by your mouth. Is not everything you hear, and everything when you hear is consumed, your mouth supposed to regurgitate. Some things you hold. Some things you're supposed to use this between your ears. And know that me have to hold that one ear, because if me leg of this is problem, make me hold it. Don't slander among your people. And not because it is true means you must repeat it. Do not stand against the blood of your neighbor. Don't go bear false witness. I am Yahuwah. Do not hate your brother in your heart. Reprove your neighbor while Yahuwah say must reprove your neighbor. Reprove mean, Yazi. Discipline. Correct. No, sir. You see my do foolishness, you talk to him. Why Yahuwah say must do that? Reprove him for certain and bear no sin because of him. Now, if you ask me, this is the most difficult law for me to keep. Because I grew in a culture where say, see, I'm blind, hear and deaf, and infirm of it dead. And certain things are not my business. Me love tell people, you know. Especially when my wife come to me and tell me, say, if me not here, say, me say, that not nothing to do with me. That's enough of my business. The Torah is telling you it's your business. Go to the person and go talk to them. So me have to go straighten up with this one because I found one thing in this one. That one is difficult. Here we are, you say? Yahuwah say, if you hear and you know that Yahazi, I take the people and woman. I'm hearing my brethren, you know. Yahuwah say, if I don't go and talk to him, I am bearing sin because of him. The watchman when I want. You think I'm alone a watchman in here? I know me alone a watchman in here. All I know a watchman, so don't see they feel like I'm me one. Do not take vengeance or bear a grudge against the children of your people. Let it go. We are all human beings. We want to stop use the word, we're going to look at it very soon. Human. Not a word we're supposed to use. We are all mankind. You understand? We are all mankind. And wherever there is a concentration of mankind, there is going to be conflict. There are going to be disagreements. We have to learn conflict resolution. We love to tell the children, stop fight, you must share. And we as adults, we don't know better. And we hold the longest grudge. I mean, not chat to him again. And we love as long as we live. We have to learn to let it go, brethren. Let things go. That is not love. If you have it up in your heart, you don't love me. Or if you talk and you try to convince yourself, say you love me. If you have me up for me do your last week, you don't love me. Once you have me up in your heart, you and Yahuwah know, say you don't love me. But me not going to know, you know, because me don't know you have me up in your heart. But Yahuwah knows. When Yahuwah tell Samuel, when Samuel go to anoint king, where Yahuwah tell him, man see what? Man see the outward appearance, but Yahuwah looks at what? The heart. The heart, brethren, so Yahuwah knows everything we have in our heart. You think it's deal I did want to deal with my father in life? I told him, I read and realize that I can't have up this man here. And I always tell Natasha a thing and I'm going to teach you now. Today. I'm going to teach you a lesson I learned. We have this thing where we like to spite people. People do those things that we want to spite them. I learned the hard way. You see when you spite people, all you spite and you feel good and you say, yes, man, I chat to him. All you spite, guess what? It's mad enough spite. I use spite. It's mad enough spite, it's mad they live their life. The person is living their lives. Me learn that the hard way. Me I spite my father, I spite him. I say me not chat to him. I years me not chat to him. Until that I say me not chat to him. And me spite, and one day me there work. Where do you reason? Me see my phone ring and him call me for a video call. Why go on, my boy? There, you know, man. And me and him start talking. The man said, too long me not see you. Where did they? Me say, me there Jamaica. Man say, me think they are foreign. Man not spite, man think me they are foreign. Why me not talk to him? Why him not see me? So all the years me I spite the man, not spite, brethren. And me have it up in my heart. I must say that's why the doctor tell me they say me have irregular heartbeat. But we have to learn these lessons, brethren. And I share it for a reason. I want you to understand. When you are spiting people, it's yourself you're spiting because these persons are going to continue with their lives. And they are not spiting. And you have them up and are living in bitterness. Unhappy and sad. And that's why the Torah commands us to forgive and let it go. It's for yourself. You feel if you have me up, me hurt? Me I live my life because bills have to pay the same way. And I forgot the government work. And I can't go tell JP say me never got work because Chantel have me up. So I can't pay the light bill this month. JP is going to say, who named Chantel? They're not even answer that. They say, man, move from front of me, huh? Precisely. So you don't take vengeance or be a grudge, brethren. Let things go, because remember, vengeance is when you decide to take up matters in your own hand, seeking reprisal. You say, leave it alone. Yahweh said, vengeance is mine. Leave it alone. I will deal with it. Move on with your life. Live free and light. We have enough problems to be walking with people in our heart. Look at Marga, make Carol, I walk with my father in my heart. I must say that's why I can't get fat. Yes, my belly I get big now all of a sudden. Can me let it go, brethren? Man, put on weight. The 10 Commandments. So we see in the Torah, see it here, Leviticus 19. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. That is where Yahusha get it from and Paul get it from. Because the Torah actually says it. Leviticus 19, verse how much? 18. Love your neighbor as yourself. So it is in the Torah. How do we love our neighbor as ourselves? Yahusha, Paul tell us. And see it here? Exodus 20. Remember last week when we said love Yahweh with all your heart and your mind, and I show you that the first set of commandments, about the first 4 or 5, deals with Yahweh, loving Yahweh. Don't have any other gods against my face. Don't bring my name to disrepute and all of these things. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. That is how you love Yahweh. All of those things. Now we're going to see how you love your neighbor as yourself, because the next half of the commandments deals with loving your neighbor as yourself. 1, respect your father and your mother. 2, do not murder. 3, do not steal. 16, do not bear false witness against your neighbor. I will say 16 a while ago. Verse 16 and a number 16. Verse 17, can we remember the count? Do not covet your neighbor's house. Don't covet your neighbor's wife. Don't covet your neighbor's helper. Don't covet your neighbor's male helper, female helper. Don't covet him ox. Don't covet him donkey. You can imagine somebody covet your donkey and make so much noise in the yard you want to get rid of him. A car now. And the old car gives so much problem anti-dan. And the neighbor bad mind for the car and you want to get rid of the car. They don't know the troubles I'm having with this wife, but them bad mind me for the wife. You want the wife and you don't know the problems that come with her. Maybe the wife sick, maybe she's not a problem wife, you know. But maybe the woman have a terminal illness. And I as the husband have to live with that. And you bad mind me for my wife. So a lot of times we envy and we covet people and we don't know the weight that comes with these things. Like me always tell people, persons see you and you're teaching. They might see Rush leading the assembly and want to lead too. They don't know the sleepless nights. They don't know the sleepless nights. See me here, sir? My head a tear off now. I have to preach. See me have the remedy up here, sir? I have to walk with the remedy. See me have to walk with the remedy, brethren. Throat sore. You have to do the work same way. Man don't know the sleepless nights. A rum, man, a rum. Man don't know the sleepless nights, brethren. Man don't know the dedication it takes to put together something like this. See, you know, bad mind people. I don't know your struggle. I don't know yours. I don't know what you have to do to feed your family. Why must I bad mind you? You are on the road driving every day. I couldn't do that. Because driving is something, if I drive to Manchester the same day and drive, but I'm tired, bad, drunk. So I couldn't do what you do. And chances are you couldn't do what I do. To each his own. That is my favorite thing to say. Learn it, to each his own. So this is how we love, brethren. Action. Don't murder. Don't commit adultery. Don't steal. Don't bad mind. Don't bear false witness. Let us look at some more now. Let us look at some more. Deuteronomy 10. 17. Yahweh your Elohim is Elohim of mighty ones and master of masters. The great El, mighty and awesome, who shows no partiality and he takes no bribe. Good. He executes justice, right ruling. For the fatherless, for the widow, he loves the stranger, giving him food and clothes, a garment. You also, as his people, must love the stranger. Why? For you were strangers in the land of Mitzrayim, of Egypt. Yahweh is saying you ought to know what it feels like to be a stranger in a land and be mistreated. So don't inflict that on somebody else. Ensure you deal with strangers good. Deuteronomy 14. You shall tithe without fail all the yield of your grain that the field brings forth year by year. Why do you throw the tithes? Look, so that you do not forsake the Levite who is within your gates. Why the Levites must get this something there? The tithes. Because when the land was being divided amongst the 12 sons of Jacob, Levi got no land. So as repayment, because if the land is divided in 12, and it not bother dividing in 12, it divided in 11. It means that all 11 persons got piece of the 12-person land. No so? And everybody will live off of that. So Yahweh said he has repayment to them. Give them food. Because the tithe is food, not money. Give them food as repayment. That is loving your brother as yourself, brethren. You cannot eat and Levi suffer like that. And Levi serve in a temple, do the offerings for you. When you sin, you have to go to Levi. That is fair, no sir? That is justice. That is right ruling. See, therefore he has no part. He has no inheritance with you. At the end of every third year now, verse 28, you bring out all the tithe of your increase of that year and store it up within your gates. Why? And the Levite, because he has no portion or inheritance with you, and the sojourner, the fatherless, the widow who are within your gates shall come and eat and be satisfied. That are the third year tithes. Everybody who not have land for themselves, everybody who not have the way they call it down at St. Elizabeth and Manchester and St. Mary and Portland not have no farm, and not have no brother where they can call. When this time of year come, everybody can come and get them cabbage, them pak chow, them callaloo, and everybody eat and all right. That sound good. That sound like a good place. Nowadays we rejoice when market get cheap. Now them days that you know go market. Trade your trade. And who not have to trade, get free. Because there's provision for that. You call that welfare fund. That's a real welfare fund, brethren. Nowadays we have sinking fund. Deuteronomy 15. and it's the rush running the sinking fund. Deuteronomy 15, verse 1. At the end of every 7 years, you must make a release of debts. I hear some want to live Antidan. Because I don't know, say, I when? 24? 7.24 hours, 31? I don't know, say, 2031, me top pay for that out there. I don't know, say, when we buy land, 23? I don't know, say, 2030, me top pay for that. They have to release the debt. No good place that to live, brethren. Every 7 years, you release debt. Every man of, you have a release. Yeah, but nobody know me. Come in and don't forget nobody. You must make a release of debt. Everybody go free. This is a real debt forgiveness. Good country. Better than Singapore. This is the word of the release. Every creditor, that is the man who lend the money, is to release what he has loaned to his neighbor. He does not require it of his neighbor or his brother because it is called the release of Yahuwah. So you can't pass it down to him, Pitney. You can't tell him, brother, say, well, him have to go pay it. So what that mean? It means that them alone and no carry guarantor. And a student loan. Wow! Good place. Continuing in chapter 15, verse 3. Of a foreigner, you could require it. So if it's a foreigner who come in now, you can require it of him. But your hand is to release what is owed to you by your brother. Owed by your brother. Only there should be, look at this land. This is a command in the brethren. Look what the creator of heaven and earth says about the land when people are living. There should be no poor among you. What a man good. Andrew Wellness couldn't good, sir. Donald Trump could do good, sir, brethren. The man said no poor people must be in the land. Everybody must have things. Wonder for them thing here, when name read, Rash? God have for them. Verse 12. When your brother is sold to you, so the brother find himself in difficulty and him say, all right, I'm going to come in your yard and I'm going to work for you. Good. Hebrew, man or woman, and he serve you 6 years, then let him go free from you in the everlasting. So what does that mean? That means while he's working with you, you have to be fixing him, So when you let him go, he can stand on his own. So he's come back now to get some support. It's like your foot broke. And you have to go and walk with a crutch and you have to have cast for your foot until you can walk on your own again. This is a good place. This is a place where you can fall on your face and all right. And when you send him away free from you, let him not go away empty-handed. And me say it, brethren. You have to give him things, make him go on. The Torah says when you show up people yard, I don't have it in the presentation. It says when you show up people yard, you show up with your tool long hand. Carry something like myself a plan to go up a rush, go pick jelly. I didn't plan to carry nothing but this trip, I have to go carry something. I not go up by people in the yard, brethren. And you don't go to the people in the yard. Every time I come out your yard, I come collect chicken. I never carry nothing come here. I have to stop come around there. A serious business. You can't always receive, and you not give. Me I talk for myself now. Deuteronomy 16:18. Appoint judges and officers within all your gates, which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you, according to your tribes. And they shall judge the people with righteous ruling. Not the fool ruling like when we explained to you last night, brethren. Not them kind of justice there, brethren. That is not justice, that is just ice, because them cool. That is not justice. Righteous ruling. If me and Brady are guilty of juking out somebody's eyes, and the penalty is that our eyes must be juked out, then the two of us must leave with what? Juke out your eye, you know so? Or me leave with juke out your eye and him not leave with juke out your eye. Under the same system, the same court, same everything. One man left without juke out your eye and one man left with juke out your eye. That's a partiality, that is not right ruling. That is not justice, that is not equitable. Verse 19. Do not distort right ruling. You can't buy out this court. Man don't buy out judge and buy out juror. Not how far can you never have juror back then. In this system, you don't have juror. Do not show partiality, nor take a bribe. This is what I read years ago and stop. Give police money. You have to give me my ticket, I'm going to pay. I'm not afraid to talk. And worse, me work which farm me work now, if they ever find out, say me give police money. Me have to come work on the farm. Come Monday morning. Round this. You don't take bribe and don't give bribe either. Because when you bribe, you pervert the course of justice. And when you do it in the small, we consider small ways like giving a police officer, then you realize you're training yourself that this is okay, and soon and very soon you find out that you start to some big bribe, to some big crime. You ever hear some people them say, me not lie, me just tell like a white lie. When you tell all of them white lie, when the real time comes, you get some real problem. You think you're not going to tell lie? Verse 20. Follow righteousness. Righteousness alone, no follow nothing else. So that you will live and inherit the land which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you. Deuteronomy 19. Another way how you love your brother. You see that boundary? Run a Morgan yard. You see me buy a piece of land side of Morgan. I'm going to put my house on the land yet. And Morgan realize I'm going to come put on the house yet. I'm never come mark the peg. All of a sudden, Morgan nobody like the post for him fence. Him get him guilty and him start dig down the post. Nina, you know something like that post, yeah? Feel like more one round column. And all of a sudden when the round column I install, the round column I install in the same position where the old post did there. He gone over a little more and I'm like, Morgan, move the boundary. Yahweh said, no, do it. Do not remove your neighbor's boundary. People do them things after really virgin. Pull up the piece of steel out of the ground and drive it back one different place, you know. Yahweh said, don't a long time we stay, so why you think? Are we are the people of the Bible, brethren? Me ask you all the while, why you think we do them things here? You ever hear one other culture fling stone off of people until then? Are we alone fling stone off of people? Why? The Torah say one punishment is to what? Stone him. Are we are the people of the Bible? Are we love to take up big stone? Any little thing we are look for stone for stone? Are we are the people of the Bible? So don't move the boundary. Verse 15. One witness does not rise up against a man concerning any crookedness or any sin that he commits. So you can't use one witness. That not working at this court here. You need two witnesses. And me and Rush can't be witness because me and Rush are friend. Me and Brady can't be witness because me and you are friend. No. No. Because if them buy me out, then can buy you out to cut birds of a feather flock together. Two witnesses, Yahweh say you have to have at least two. At the mouth of two or three witnesses, a matter is established. You can't convict a man, say man guilty, and one somebody come forward and say him. Yahweh say, Because remember, in a brethren, let us say I am the judge, and we have this big community. Let us say we all resided in the parish of Manchester. We have Manchester for itself. We lock it off and Jones can't come over there like the maroon them. All that we have a place. Me and the judge, me live a war in a Manchester. Problem start between you and him now. You have a witness now. The witness is Blandy. There's no way for me as the judge to know say I'm Blandy a big friend no boss. Me can't know say I'm Blandy a big friend no because me no run a fair yard run a part of Manchester there no. So you have to get two witnesses. And when you get the witness, get one from Spaldings and get the next one from down NCU side, Newport. They don't know them people there. Deuteronomy 23. Watch this one now. Do not lend that interest to your brother. The bank, them not like this. If me borrow 300,000, then we must give back 300,000 or 299,999.99. 300. They know that? 300,000, no interest. Because the reason why your brother is borrowing is because he finds himself on hard times. So don't oppress him in that kind of situation, the brethren. Don't exploit him. He's in a weak situation. Hard times. When you make a vow to Yahweh your Elohim, do not delay to pay it. You have to pay your vows. Verse 23. That which has gone from your lips, you shall guard and do. We are Hebrews. We have to understand that our word is our bond. What you say you are going to do it. And that's why I stop promise people. Natasha, I want to style and ask you something. You say, you have to promise me, say you're not going to. I say, me not promise you nothing, so nobody tell me. Me not promise, because next thing, as the same time I come out of your mouth, me go bex, and me did promise that me not bex. Me not promise. Me stop promising a life, brethren. You can have every intention to keep the promise. You know. Let us say that I promise you that I am coming with you tomorrow. And tomorrow me broke my foot. Me can't go, but me did promise yesterday. That's why it say, that's why Yahusha say, let your yea be yea, and your nay be nay. Nobody back a long talking. You need to swear and promise. No. Anyways, when you come into your neighbor's vineyard now, the neighbor mango tree, the neighbor apple tree, the neighbor jelly tree, rush. With rush jelly tree. Rush pick off everything. All the answer bite him and pick everything. Look what the Torah says, rush. When you come into rush jelly tree, you shall eat to the satisfaction of your desire. No pack up Mashah car back. I'm here you pack him still, but I heard him alone me a call. Alright, since I think you're smart, look what the next part says. Do not put any in a receptacle of yours. No carry no shed pan. Got the people in the yard. Same place you chop the jelly and drink. Same place. Drink where you can drink when your belly full, you tap and got your yard. And it's the same thing for the standing grain. Same as the vineyard, the same for the standing grain. Yahweh said, when you come into your neighbor's standing grain, that are like corn and wheat in a virgin. Grain, you know. You shall pluck the heads with your hand, but do not use a sickle. When I go down a rush and I walk with my mashah in a virgin, Yahweh said, I walk with a mashah in a guy man yard. If you reach and you want mashah, use film. No carry your mashah, God man yard. Ready to chop down everything. You don't have none, so we have a look past this. Have a look past this. Watch this one now. This one nice too. When a man has taken a new wife, brand new girl, let him not go out into the army, nor let any matter be imposed upon him. No force the man to do no big work. Man just married. He shall be exempt for 1 year. Government give him look at 20 days paternity leave. Yahweh said, friend, you're married. Married means you're going with the business in a brethren. 1 year exemption. So I like me now, you know. When me married, you know. I don't make me no work all 1 year. One year for the sake of his home to rejoice with his new wife, whom he has taken. No good laws, no brethren. When a man is found kidnapping any of his brothers of the children of Yisra'el and treats him harshly or sells him, then that kidnapper shall die. We don't deal with kidnapping, we don't deal with abduction in Yisra'el. Everybody's safe because neighbors are living and loving each other as themselves. Me would kidnap myself. So I won't kidnap my neighbor. When you lend your brother a loan, watch this. When you lend your brother a loan, do not go into his house to get his pledge. Brady, when you lend Morgan the tape measure, no go over Morgan yard vex and go 3 hours push down Nina say you want your tape measure because Morgan not get your tape measure. Go buy one new one. A joke. A joke. So the pledge is something where you put up against where you borrow, you know. So you borrow something and you say, all right. If anything, you hold on upon this. Yahweh say, have mercy when you come on to time if the man no pay it back, man. Look what Yahweh say. Because when a man borrow back then in a virgin, A man a pledge all him shirt, you know. Him one piece of clothes him have, you know, because that's why if he borrow him not have it. So Yahweh say when the man not pay, stand outside, no go embarrass the man in front of him wife and picking. Stand outside and let the man to whom you lend bring the pledge out to you. Make the man come outside. No busting at the man's house. We don't love shame people. We love shame each other too much. And see Brady has Brady turn for Morgan Avenue. He said, Morgan! From last week you borrow me tape measure. Whole community know now say Morgan borrow tape measure from Brady. Yahweh said, no. Take your time. If the man is poor, do not sleep with his pledge. When you lie down, Yahweh say your head not supposed to hit your pillow knowing that you have the man's shirt. Get up and carry the shirt, go get the man. Have mercy. Have mercy. By all means, return the pledge to him at sundown, and he shall sleep in his own garment. Make the man have clothes to sleep in a brethren. The man life done hard already. And shall bless you. Time cold, night cold, brethren. And it shall be righteousness to you before Yahweh your Elohim. So Yahweh going to look at you and say, good. Good. Good somebody. We love this thing I always say, me not give me right. Sometimes you have to give away your right when you're a Hebrew brethren, you give away your right. Have mercy. What Yahweh shall say? Blessed are the merciful, why? For they will obtain mercy. People always ask me, how David get away? When David kill Uriah, take him wife and kill the man. And I said to them, say him not get away. What he got was mercy. And why him get the mercy? Because he was a very merciful man. Enough people him did for kill and they deserve to die and him spare them. He was merciful, so him get mercy when film time come. You ever see some man who kill him amount of people and when them catch him in ball and beg? You never have no mercy for the people and when you kill the people, and so how you want mercy now? So if we want mercy, then we must be merciful. Do not oppress a hired servant who is poor and needy. Don't oppress the servant. Make sure your servant them good. You hire the sister or the brother at your house to do some work, make sure them good. We not do Christmas, so that means you have to give them a local spruce up every pay something. Me know you know hallelujah with that one day. You know hire nobody. We don't have none, we don't have nothing. Eh? We there want get hired ourselves. When you reap your harvest in the field and have forgotten a sheaf, when you look back and you see one ripe mango up in a tree, where you was say, do not go back to get it left in mango. And next thing you go climb a tree and pop your foot. Leave it. Make it drop for somebody else. We want to reap everything. When you beat your olive trees, do not examine the branch behind you. Yahweh say you're going through the olive field and you're beating the tree and the olive them a drop. And you look behind you to see if more up on the tree. Yahweh say don't bother with the man. Beat a what drop and you pick up them there, go on. Anything leave left with the people, man. Yahweh no like Scrooge, you know, brethren? Yahweh no like Scrooge. When you gather the grapes of your vineyard, do not glean behind you. Stop, look back. Hebrews, don't look back, brethren. Where Yahweh tell Yisra'el when them see Red Sea in front of them, fear behind a mountain to his two sides. He said, forward still. We not deal with back way, brethren. I make you think in time with them say back. In a Jamaica, everybody say, why Bible it come from? We not deal with back. Forward. Deuteronomy 25. Good one again now. You shall not have in your bag differing weights. What does that mean? It's scale where you walk with. When you're going to market, you go sell people things. Your sale can't start if the scale, so the scale have 15 runners so before you go back at 0. Your scale can't start at 15. That the scale not right. Yahweh said, no bother with it. If a man buy a pound, how much him supposed to get? Pound. You shall not have in your house differing measures, a large and a small. You shall have a perfect and right weight, a perfect and right measure. If it's a pinch of salt, it's a pinch of salt. If it's a tablespoon, it's a tablespoon. When people get medicine, you know, I am see the medicine bottle, them make up them face, and the doctor said 2 tablespoons. When him take one and it taste bad, him no want no more, him no want the 2. But make him take it and it tastes nice like that one day. Because the one day say every 4 to 6 hours, you know. And every half an hour you want to see me. When it nice, you want too much. And when it tastes bad. Anyways, conclusion. Holding possessions in common. There should be a in there. Holding possessions in common. Very important. We talk about Abraham. Man say, but Abraham was rich. So what say you about the love of money or about riches and hard? It is hard for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. All right, good. What does holding possessions in common mean? Tenants in common, according to Google, is a form of shared property ownership where 2 or more individuals hold distinct, undivided interest in a property, which can be in equal shares. Examples, 60-40. Unlike joint tenancy, there is no right of survivorship. If one owner dies, their share passes to their heirs via a will and not to the surviving co-owner. So in other words, me and you as the owner property, as tenants in common. Me drop down and dead. My 50% don't go to him. So what does it mean, you know? No one man can own everything, brethren. Let us go to the scripture now. The writings of Abraham, chapter 81. Very good book. This is Abraham speaking now. Father Abraham, rich Father Abraham, wealthy Father Abraham. Now, after our departure from Egypt, a faction arose among our people upon seeing the great wealth which Pharaoh had entrusted to us. For they desired property which they could call their own. So Abraham said, a faction arose among us. Why is it a faction? Because they have differing belief. They don't think the same way we think. What was the issue? They wanted property to call their own. Man want him own things. Man want him own a house, him own a car, him own everything. It should be mine, 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 mine. Verse 2. Lot also my nephew was among them, which thing grieved me greatly. But seeing they would not be reconciled, we gave unto them a portion of the common property. What kind of property? Common property. And they departed from us under Lot's direction. Verse 3. There they went from place to place as their flocks needed pasture until they reached the city of Sodom, where they mingled with the inhabitants and became one with them. Lot also built a house in Sodom and settled there. But of all that company that went out from us, only Lot maintained his integrity and did not violate the covenants of his priesthood, nor bow to mighty ones. Nevertheless, watch this, Lot did not walk perfectly in the way of the fathers, for he dwelt not among the people of Elohim, but built his own house, and he coveted his own property that he should govern it. Lot said, I want my own things, we run my own show, because I own a man. Sound familiar, don't? That is how we were raised, don't it? It is not of the Hebrews. Look what Abraham said. Rather than holding all things common with the saints. So in the Hebrew culture, we don't own nothing. It belongs to everybody. And that's why you have a right to inheritance, because we are all custodians. We have to understand we are not owners. We are custodians. The land belongs to the Creator. You have custody of it. You run your time, and when your time is up, you pass on the custody to somebody else. You don't own it. So you hold possessions in common. Everybody have access to it. Everybody can use it. Everybody benefits from it. This is collective living. This is not individualistic. This is a good world. This is a good country to live in. Chapter 82. Meanwhile, I with my people dwelt in Bethel, where we did worship Yah, our Elohim, after the order of the ancients. And we strive diligently to establish the Kodesh order of Elohim. So the set-apart order of the Creator, Abraham said, we strive to establish it right where we were. What is that set-apart order? that everybody benefit, brethren. You live good. You live together, collective living, not individualistic. Wherefore, seems it, this is why we banish from among us all contentious people, all covetous people, because if you're covetous and contentious, it means that you want things for yourself, and we don't want you among us. All selfishness, because we are selfless, not selfish, because we're not fishermen. And we were of one heart, of one mind, and dedicated in all our service unto Yahuwah. So the importance was placed on who? The Creator, Yahuwah. So nobody not try own nothing. Possessions were there. The people were wealthy when you look at everything that they had. But there was no one owner. There was no one owner. There's someone who has custody. And they have to pass it on when the time comes. Dedicated in our service to Yahuwah and held all things common. For no man called anything his own. That is how you love your neighbor as yourself. In action, not in words, not in tongue. Action and deeds. And the action and the deeds must be coming from a sincere place. A truthful and honest place. And you're doing it with a sincere heart. And lastly, I close with Psalm 133, verse 1. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell in unity, dwell together in unity. I encourage you, my brothers and sisters, love your neighbor as yourself. I thank you.
Oh, Heavenly Father, Yahuwah. Father, we thank you for this beautiful day. And we thank you for the message that you have given unto your manservant to deliver to your children. And the way he has delivered it, clear for each and everyone could understand. Father, help us that we now will practice what we have heard, and as far as we understand, do what we are supposed to do. Father, may you bless him. May you allow him, Father, to continue to do his research. Give him the strength, both spiritually and physically. Let him not falter by the way, Father. Let our prayers be for him, that he will be able to continue to lead your children into the patient path as we are searching to find. And as we find it, Father, allow us to focus forward still. Father, may you bless the leaders of this assembly. May you allow them, Father, to keep us together, keep us focused and informed, because that is what will keep us information, the right information. Bless us all, Father, as we make plans to leave this place to our separate place of home, abode. May you guide us. May you keep us through another week, that we will be able to arrive here another week to receive and to give you thanks and praise, and to receive your blessings. Father, let no traps of the adversary befall any of your children. Let us be focused that we not go astray and go into the hands of the adversary. Father, bless us all, spiritually and physically, Father. For those who are not well, physically, may you grant your healing upon us. And those who are weak spiritually, may you grant that spiritual healing, Father. Let all your children come up to par and willing and able to give you the thanks and the praises you deserve. Because when you are blessing, you're blessed. Let us know that when we are praising, we should also praise. And help us to keep your laws intact and not polluting it. We ask your blessing, Father Yah, to your son Yahusha and Mashah. Hallelujah.
All right, thank you very much, Mashah. Thank you all for coming out. You know, as he spoke about the having thing in common, we tend to forget a very important story in the book of Acts, where the disciples actually started to practice this having thing in common. You know, and I want to read very quickly, and then we can close. It is in Acts chapter 4, after the disciples, you know, got together and they were doing their thing. We saw in chapter 4 that, and the group of those who believed were of one heart and one being, and no one claimed that any of his possessions was his own, but they had all in common. And with great power, the emissaries gave witness to the resurrection of the Adon, and great favor was upon them all. For there was not anyone needy among them. For all who were possessors of land or houses sold them and brought the price to what was sold, and they laid them at the feet of the emissaries. And they distribute to each other as anyone had need. And Joseph, who was also called Barnabas by the emissary word, which translated means son of encouragement, a Levite, and a native of Cyprus, having land, sold it and brought the proceed and laid it at the feet of the emissary. And in chapter 5 we saw where Ananias and Sapphira also, when they saw what was happening, they also came and said, I'm going to sell our land too and give you whatever it is so that we can share it among everybody. But they now realize, oh, a good price they got for a liar. And they died immediately. So in the New Testament era, they practice that similar thing where everybody have everything in common, right? So it's important. Also, thank you very much, Mashah, for that presentation. Indeed, we can't love Yahuwah if we don't love our neighbors, and we know what it is to love each other. Just want to remind us, that the pudding sale is on for next month. We are not getting much order yet, so but I want you to remember that it's still on, and we want to get the orders in as much as possible. Also, remember that we had an agreement for each person to pay $1,000 per month for the women and men night out at the feast. So this month end is the beginning of the payment. So we look forward to that contribution towards men and women night out. All right, please stand where you are as we we are looking forward to the first renewal, and then to count. We have estimated that the Passover Pesach will be April 30, based on calculations. But we will look for the renewal and then we do the count, just to be certain. So at the time we are looking at April 30. Yahuwah Barak Shamar, Yahuwah Panim Or El Kanan, Yahuwah Nasa Panim El Sun Shalom. Yahweh blesses and keep you. Yahweh make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Yahweh lift his countenance upon you and give you